Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. This time around, I'd like to defeat all the boss maps at Wave 100 with all heroes. So that is 9 times for each map. My general stat points will be around like 11 to 13,000 main stats and like 8 to 9,000 in the secondary stats. My hero deck and builds will be consistent for every map. So with my first hero in slot, this is my hero deck right here that we'll be using for each map, with this first one being interchangeable. So we'll be switching this one out for Squire, the Apprentice, and Warden, using the Harpoon, the Fireball, and the Flower. And then for our Rogue play, we're going to switch out our Monk after we have built out his auras so that we're still able to have a primary tower here. Most of these towers will be set to strong. However, this first in slot will be set to air prios to help deal with the air lanes. So that's that. We're just going to do this in order, starting at Alchemical Laboratory. Here we go, man. Alright, yo, we're here on Wave 100 for Alch Labs. This is the build we're going to use. We're going to start with an Ensnare, Fused Healing Aura, and a Strength Drain back here right behind the crystal. Let's go ahead and switch to a Thunder Spike Huntress. We're going to use an Explosive and a Gas Trap right here out front. And we'll put a Thunder Spike right here in the back for the boss. We'll do a Gas Trap on either side in this back over here. Let's do some archers. We're going to put one right here for this front side. One on this other side over here. Get some buff beams. We want to share one with these traps too, and an archer, so we'll do that with this guy. Get a reflect beam to keep him safe. There we go. Let's do a reflect beam in front of our crystal just in case. Let's do a reflect beam on these posts right here. And then one on either side of the sword. Like that. Let's do 2 harpoons. Kind of cross them like that. There we go. Get an owl to go with them. And we'll put a buff beam with each, with our overdrive, of course. Like that. There we go. Let's put a shrine down back here for hero damage. Let's do an archer about right here. And another one about right here. Let's do some buff beams on those guys. There we go. Now we've got just a few left. We need, we can do a spider right here next to those guys. We can do an archer because there's 2 extra DU kind of left over, and we'll throw a buff beam on this Thunder Spike. And that's it. This is my Wave 100 build. We're going to go fight some Demon Lords, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go, dude, let's go. Let's go, there it is, man. There it is, bro, let's go. Let's go, dude, easy. GG. We got him, dude. Let's go. GG, bro. Oh, let's go. W, Warden. Let's go, dude. GG. Let's go. GG. Yo, that's Alklab's done. Alright, yo, we're here on Throne Room. We're going to do some Wave 100 boss kills. Let's do an Ensnare right here. Healing Aura right here. Strength Drain right here. Let's switch up and do some traps. We're going to do a Gas Trap right here in the middle of the lane. We'll jump up right up here and do an Explosive. We'll mirror it on the other side, but first let's go do an Explosive in this middle part. And a Gas Trap right there. Gas Trap right here. Explosive up here. And then we're going to put an Explosive right here in the middle as well. Let's do some archers. I love these guys. Let's put one right up here on these stairs. Another one on the other side. Let's put two on each middle lane. We're going to do them like about there on the second step. Spread far enough apart so that we can still get a 3D buff beam on them. Let's do two of them up here on this center part. Two more on this side. Let's get some buff beams and reflect beams going. I'm going to put these reflect beams a little bit further up. Like that. And for these guys on the side, we'll stick them about right here. Buff beam. Reflect beams. Make sure they're 1 DU. This will be the boss lane, is the blue carpet. And the reason I'm putting my reflect beams further up like this is to allow us to stand between the boss and the archers and not let them break. So we can stand right here and fight the boss, and any kobolds or any projectiles that get thrown at us will be reflected back. We don't have to worry about dying. Okay, that's all done. Let's put a siren down right here in the middle so that our crystals are protected. Let's do a shrine back here. 2 owls. A buff beam on those. And let's do 2 flowers. I'm going to put my root like this so that we can put our flower on either side of them. Like that. Put a buff beam. And a spider right here in front of all of that. And that will be our build. Now that we're done, we can go fight some goblin mechs. Let's do this, man. Yes, dude. GG. There it is. Yes, dude. There it is. Let's go. Let's go, dude. GG. Let's go. There it is. Yes, dude. Yes, dude. Let's go. GG. Yes, dude, let's go. Yes, dude, let's go. Yes, dude, let's go. GG. Yes, dude, let's go. GG, easy. All right, so we're here on Summit. Let's start with our auras. Put down an ensnare and strength drain right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a healing aura way up here at each of the dragon posts to make sure that we'll stay alive for this boss fight. Let's put an ensnare up here on this corner to help with the air lanes. Let's do an ensnare right over here in the center, along with a strength drain and a healing aura. Let's put an ensnare over here on this other side for the air lanes. Let's go ahead and do some traps. I'm going to switch to fused gas traps, but they're not necessary. Let's put one up here on the stair. Explosive down this way. Same on the other side. Let's go on over here. We're going to put a gas trap down here. Kind of make sure that it's on the stairs so that it will receive the overclock, but also far enough up here that it'll trap those guys. We'll put one right over here in the middle right there. Put one on this side. Put an explosive way up here, kind of on the staircase, so to hit those guys. Put another explosive up on this side. One more explosive over here. Let's go ahead and put some overclocks on these guys. Alright, let's do some archers on these stairs. One there. One right here. One over here. We're making sure that they are in range of our auras. That's important so that any enemies will receive the debuffs. We do need reflect beams in front of them, so let me go back and do that other one. There we go. Overclock. Reflect beam. Let's put a siren right here. We're also going to put an explosive to help keep it from breaking. Let's do 2 owls right here in front of this front crystal. Overclock those. That's hitting the explosive and both owls. Let's do a shrine for hero damage. And an owl, or excuse me, a spider right there. Alright, up here, let's do a siren on the back side of each statue. Let's put a reflect beam on this crystal. I like to put it just to the right of that torch and stretch it over close to this siren bubble. That should help from like mages or wyverns, any stray projectiles from one-shotting your crystal. Like that. Let's do some warden flowers. We're going to put this root right up here with this statue to keep it safe. We're going to stack our flowers up here, put them, and then cross it just so that it's on the other side, to the other side of that crystal and still viewing out that side. So with this one, cross it the other direction, just like that. We want an owl to go along with it. Right there. Put some buff beams on those. There we go. Now we need just an archer on this staircase. One on this side. Make sure they're in your siren bubble, of course, and then a buff beam on each of those. And our build is done. There we go. So now it's done, let's go kill some ancient dragons. There it is. Yo, let's go. There it is. Yeah, let's go, dude. There it is, dude. That was so easy. Let's go. There it is, dude. Let's go. Oh, nice. Oh, there it is. GG. There it is, dude. Let's go. GG. There it is. Yo, let's go. GG. There we go. That took forever. Holy crap. Yes, dude. There it is. Let's go. Alright, Dio. I'm here on the keep. I'm gonna put together this build really quick. I'm gonna try to be very efficient with it, so do your best to keep up. You can pause it if you need, but we got 2 ensnares in this middle. We're gonna put an ensnare, strength drain and a healing aura there. We'll do ensnares and strength drains at these 2 other crystals. We're also gonna put an ensnare up here in the tree for the copters and wyverns. Let's go back on this side and do a snare strength drain. Up here. We're gonna do some traps next. Gas trap down here. Gas trap on this portal next to this middle crystal. We're gonna do a gas trap over here by the gate. Gas trap over here on the staircase, and an explosive. Go put a gas trap over on this crystal, like that. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna do some reflect beams. I'm gonna put one right on this crystal. One over here. Block this off like that. I'm also gonna put an overclock beam right here. 2 archers on it. Like that. Let's put a spider over here. We're gonna put 2 reflects on this rock. Keep some towers safe. We're gonna use an apprentice. These heroes are interchangeable though. I'm gonna use some magic missile towers set to air prio. An owl set to strong. Buff those up. Got it. I'm gonna put a reflect beam right here. Overclock with an archer on it. Just like in the middle of the gate, the best you can. Siren over here. Put it on, like on this side of the crystal, closer to the stairs. I'm gonna put a fireball facing frontward out, and another one facing the opposite of the stairs, towards the longer hallway. We also have enough for a magic missile tower. Put that down. All of that. Make sure we're using 3 DUs when we use 2 owls here. Probably put them on this side, away from the Lichen King. That. Put a spider here as well. And a shrine for hero damage. Go over here, put 2 magic missiles. And then owl. And the spider. Let's put a buff beam and reflect beam on these 3 towers. Put some reflect beams and overclock beams here. Put another one on this crystal. Be extra safe with it. Do another reflect beam right here. The overclock right there. Get some archers. There we go. Now that's all done. Got 6 left, so we can put. Oh, we need an archer right here too, with an overclock beam. Reflect beam. Like that. Alright, now that's done, let's go fight some Viking Kings, man. There we go, dude. Let's go. Easy, man. There we go, dude. Let's go. That's easy. Dude, holy crap, that was so good. Huntress is cracked. There we go. Let's go. GG, man. Man, this is so easy. Something broke. Oh, shit. Wait, he's died? Okay. Okay, GG. That was easy, right? That was so easy, bro. Rogue just spinning. Easy. There we go. Let's go, man. Good job. Right here. This is perfect. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We got a lure. Dude, no way. Okay, we can do damage here, but he is visible to our penguins at this point. Heading this way still. There we go. Penguin damage, let's go! Let's go, dude. This is huge. We're actually getting him. We had something break. I was an owl right here. I'm standing too close to it. Both of them broke. That's not very cool. It's okay. Dude, big damage. Get him. Dude, we got it! No way, I thought you couldn't even do that with Summoner. We just did, let's go! There we go, let's go, GG, man! That's it! Alright, for the last map on Forsaken Temple, we're gonna start with an ensnare and strength train right here in the middle. We're gonna do a healing aura kind of over here by the stairs. Now let's go back over to each crystal. Do strength drain and a snare. Back over to this other side. Do an ensnare and strength drain as close as you can get to it. Let's do some traps. We'll put some gases right there. Another one over here. Let's do an archer about right there. Do another one on this other side. Get some overclocks and reflects on those guys. Making sure that we're buffing our traps as well for the reset timer. That is important. Let's use our warden to build. Again, this is interchangeable with like a harpoon or a fireball from a apprentice. But we're gonna put one there. Also gonna put one facing it out this way for the air lane. I'm gonna put an owl here too. Put a buff beam on all of that. And then a reflect beam in front of it. If you're using other towers, you'll probably end up having more DU because you're not having to use the roots of purity. If that's the case, just like add spiders. Because I'm not using any because of the roots of purity here. So it still works with Warden fantastically. Another flower there. Let's do an owl. And a shrine. And then a siren right here. I kind of move him right there, that's fine. Let's put archer right here, bottom of the staircase. These ones are pretty particular because it is one archer for this entire lane, which is kind of outrageous, but it works, right? So just get your placement right. Do your best to stall ogres with that placement. Sure. Anyway, they should stop there for you. They were for me. Let's do some buff beams right here on those archers. We do want some traps here too. Let's do an explosive all the way back here at the back of this crystal. And then a gas trap up here by this archer. And another buff beam for our shrine and owl back here. Flowers on it, looks good. Let's go over to this other side and replicate the other one. Let's do a reflect. Overclock. Now this side will not have two flowers like the other one did. This one we're only going to need one flower because we've got the one flower in the middle to handle that air lane. So let's do a root right here. One flower facing in this way. The owl. Beam those. Reflect beam all of that. And let's get archers on these. Overclocks. And gas traps right here. that is my build. Hopefully you were able to follow along okay. Again, these flowers can be replaced and used for other towers as long as they're set to air prio. So that's it for the Forsaken Temple build. Let's go kill some Dune Eaters, man. There we go, man. Let's go. That was easy, right? Let's go, dude. That was awesome. GG. Got him, dude. Let's go. GG. There it is, man. Let's go. Me and my clone. Let's go. Me and my clone. Let's go. GG, bro. There we go, man. Spin to win. That's so easy. GG, man. Dude, let's go. Warden got the Dune Eater. GG. There we go, man. Let's go. Oh, Dune Eater. This is our last fight, dude. At least for this video. That is crazy, man. G freaking G. That is it. Dude, that is every single boss map with every single hero at wave 100. Dune Eater difficulty. That's crazy, man. That's 45 boss kills. That's it, bro. GG. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's insane. We did that with all 9 heroes right here. So I had a good time with that one. But, yo, let me know if you enjoyed it. This took a very long time to put together. But I had a very good time doing so. So, yo, I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.